Hi again, it's your travel friend Tash at Leisure Explorer. Join us today as we take a tour of the War Remnants Museum situated in Ho Chi Minh City. The museum was not overly crowded and we paid our entry fee and just walked in. The War Remnants Museum is currently one of the most popular museums in Vietnam and it attracts about 500,000 visitors every year. This museum is operated by the Ho Chi Minh City government. After hearing about the Vietnam War so much growing up, I really had to learn more, so I ensured that I prioritized visiting it. A bit of history for you to start off. So firstly, what is the War Remnants Museum? It is a museum that contains exhibits relating to the First Indochina War and the Vietnam War. The Vietnam War was a conflict in Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia from November 1955 to the fall of Saigon in April 1975. While the war was officially fought between North Vietnam and South Vietnam, the North was supported by the Soviet Union and China, while the South was supported by the US and anti-communist allies. This war lasted almost 20 years, and the impressive part about it is that this war was between the North and South of Vietnam, which is actually very sad because it was amongst their own people. And I think that is why this affected me that much. There are so many artifacts and little bits of knowledge that you will come across at the War Remnants Museum, which reading on the internet or seeing a video just will not capture the intensity and severity of what the Vietnamese people actually went through during the times of war. It was actually very sad and deeply disturbing. The amount of violence and tragedy that these people went through. When you go through the museum, the first things that you will see, there are multiple ways of torturing victims. The soldiers were captured and there were various torturing methods. So that alone is one thing that's a bit disturbing. However, there are multiple other artifacts that you can look at and stories you can read. So one thing that really got me was the way that the Vietnamese people were deformed due to Agent Orange, which is a herbicide mix, which was deployed in Vietnam to expose the enemies and destroy crops. So when we think about war, we think about violence, but I've never really thought about the aftermath and the effects to the people. So that was pretty intense, but a great learning experience for me. I hope that you found this video interesting and that you learned something like I did. I definitely recommend a visit to get a feel of the significant part of the Vietnamese history. Until the next time.